This is weird. I'm sure you're thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? So let me explain you. This trend taking the entire internet by storm. Everybody from celebrities to normal people are looking to mouth tape. And I'm going to today give you the advantages, disadvantages, and then let you be the guru of your own wellness and make a decision for yourself. I'm also going to actually tell you what my personal thought is. Always consult your physician because that is the most important thing, because your personal health is best known by your own physician. So, is this little mouth tape going to treat all the sleep problems in the world? I don't know. For me, it has really helped me. Bad breath, dry mouth, 100%. It has helped me. So let's deep dive into the advantages of mouth taping. So, by the way, this is a simple tape, and you could, if you don't have access to Guru Nanda tapes, you could always take a simple medical tape, put it right onto your lips. It is more for training you to keep your mouth shut so you are nasal breathing. That is the main reason of this tape, nasal breathing, because most of us in this whole world have not been trained to nasal breathe. Either we are having our noses blocked because of the extreme pollution in this world, or we're using air conditioners, or we are having all these turbinators swell up because of some other reason. We are eating processed inflammatory foods. They are all causing some kind of issues around which we don't know about. How does this help? So, when you use the mouth tape, you are in a way forced to breathe through your nose, which is really the right route for the air to enter your body, because God made noses for you to breathe, and it's right here. So, by the way, when you breathe through your nose filters all the bad air. It is a natural filter, it's a natural humidifier, it's a natural way so that you get clean air into your body, which means you're actually getting more oxygen into circulation. Now, that said, how does it help? Number one, a lot of people have experienced extremely better sleeping, me included. And I'll tell you that why later. So, extremely better sleeping. Number two, no more dry mouth. Because when you are actually not keeping your mouth open, the saliva, it doesn't get a chance to dry out. And your saliva is your shield between the bad ill effects of acid or the bacteria and your own mucosa or your enamel. So when you have a sheath of layer of saliva, that is actually protecting you, that is remineralizing you, that is also not leaving it dry for all the bad bacteria to go play. Number three, if there is no more dry mouth, that means you're having no more bad breath. Because bad breath, how does it come? It comes from the anaerobic bacteria. It comes from bacteria that are actually producing all those bad volatile sulfur compounds that smell bad. That is obnoxious and you don't need it. So it helps. Yes, it helps. Number four, morning fatigue. A lot of people have reported a lot less morning fatigue because sometimes people wake up and they are literally tired as if they didn't sleep all night. You will see a big difference. At least I did. Within first 4 days, the fourth day, I felt like a new me. That's how I felt. And number five, NO2 production, which is actually the number one thing, because NO2 means nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the best molecules. That is the reason you keep dilated your blood vessels. Now, how does it help? Because the paranasal system right here in the paranasal sinus system has bacteria that help produce the nitric oxide through the nitrate nitric pathways. Now, let's say you eat beets, you have arginine, or you have spinach, all that ultimately needs to be converted into nitric oxide, which makes sure that your blood vessels are dilated. By the way, in case you didn't know, um, tablets like Viagra and all these things that have been invented, they what do they they're pathway is pretty similar. They increase the nitric oxide in the body, which means better circulation. And what does that do? I'm not going to get into that. Better circulation is important for you. And better circulation means better health. So how does it happen? The cell actually, when the oxygen goes all the way into the cell membrane, it causes it to metabolize, and the carbon dioxide is released as a metabolic waste. So that is how it happens. So more oxygen means your cells are regenerating, getting themselves healed much faster, much better. Would it help? Yes, it would. Now, let me come to the disadvantages of mouth taping, or not so called disadvantages, some kind of probable dangers, because there's a lot of people, this is not for everybody, right? Let's say somebody has sleep apnea, uh, and obstructive sleep apnea, especially. Absolute no, no, no. You need to consult your speech sleep specialist before you even look at it. Okay? Because let's say you had it and you're already having obstructive sleep apnea, then it means you don't have a way to breathe. You don't want to be in that. Now, the good part is that this design does have a little hole in here. So even though I'm putting this tape on my mouth, I can actually breathe. And this thing is more for training purpose, more for training. And this is very, very flexible, and it is very porous. If I actually stretch it, you can see it's very porous. So it's not going to let you suffocate, but you know, when people are sleeping, they do all sorts of stuff, especially people with a lot of anxiety. So second thing, if you are an anxious person, this may not be for you, because a lot of people get anxiety, and a lot of people get that claustrophobia effect. People who go into a plane, some of the people can't even sit in a plane. So for those people, this may not be the right thing to do. Number three, for some people, instead of improving their sleep because of better oxygen circulation, it can actually mess up your sleep. For some people, you know, every person varies. Not all the fingers in the world are, all the fingers in the hand are same. Similar to that, every human being reacts to everything differently. For me, it actually improved. For you, it may not. So make sure, be the guru of your own wellness. And the last thing, skin irritation. Because there is a little glue on it, so when you actually apply it to your skin, you can always do a skin test. You may be allergic to the glue. Possible. Now, if you apply here, when you take it off, don't just take it off like as if you were doing, what do you call the woman, they take off the hair? Same thing. Don't do that. Just take it off gently. You can you can always take it off very slowly, or you can actually use your tongue to loosen it up and then gently take it off. So if you're following it right, this shouldn't be a problem. But again, do whatever is needed to make you feel comfortable. Now let's come to my personal opinion on how this worked for me. Day one, I was very anxious, truthfully. Honest to God truth, I literally thought I'm going to suffocate for till the time I felt asleep. So once I fell asleep, which was about 20, 25 minutes, I was literally on the verge of taking it off, but I didn't. And day one was a toughie. But once I fell asleep, I saw that I didn't wake up the whole night. Normally I wake up once. That night I didn't, which was strange. And I woke up, I felt a little fresher. Day two, much less anxiety, much less. I slept literally through the night. I fell asleep in like 5 or 10 minutes. And you know what I did? I put a little magnesium spray under my feet. I put a spray of sleep spray on my pillow. I didn't look at my cell phone for last 30 minutes before sleeping. I made sure that lights are turned off. And one other thing that actually makes me fall asleep is I go and read one of the medical journals. And while I'm reading it, by page two, I start feeling sleepy. So everybody has their own way of falling asleep. But if I'm actually looking at the phone, I don't. So Don't look on the phone. Look at a real book. It might help you. It may not. Try it out. By day three, I had such a remarkable effect. And fourth day, I couldn't actually dream of not sleeping with it. Fourth day morning, when I woke up, I was so fresh. I was so full of energy. I was ready to go to the gym. So, in case it doesn't work for you, the results vary by the person. Now, have I been doing it ever since? No, I've traveled and I've not used it few days. Do I feel miserable those days? One of those days I did. Some of those days I didn't. I felt better. So it's all maybe in my mind, but I surely attribute this to something right. Now, let me give you the final opinion so that you can be the guru of your own wellness. I told you my experience. Number one, always, always, and always consult your physician, consult your doctor because he knows your body the best. Before consulting, do not use it. Do not. Very, very important. Number two, if you have sleep apnea, I suggest don't do it. Number three, don't forget to do the skin test before that, because allergy or getting irritation on your skin is the last thing you want to do. And if you still are okay to deep dive in and get onto this trend that is taking over social media, be my guest. Try it out and you may come and thank me.